Today I'm going to be talking and sharing information about a member of my family tree called William Hedley Charlton. William Hedley Charlton is the elder brother of Esther Elizabeth Charlton, who is the owner of the chest that this archive blog, as it were, is based upon. Okay, so he was born on the 21st of June 1872 at Broom Hill in County Durham. His father is William Henry Charlton, get it right, William Henry Charlton, and he's married at that time to Margaret Hedley. That's his second wife. His first wife, Elizabeth Braben, had passed away the year before he got married to Margaret, and they had had two children who unfortunately had also passed away. With Margaret, he had two children, William and Esther. By all accounts, William is the apple of his mother's eye. He can do absolutely no wrong whatsoever, whereas Esther seems to have had a bit of a tougher time, principally down to her choice in who she went on to marry, and that later caused lots of unrest and ultimately made her leave the family. Anyway, we'll come on to that in the future, no doubt. So we have William Hedley Charlton. Interestingly, just to show how strong the connection is with his mother, he is buried with her at Christ Church, Hampstead graveyard in County Durham. But his father, William Henry Charlton, is buried at St Ebers in Ebchester with his daughter Esther. So there we have a great divide. They're not even married. They're not even buried in the same graveyard. Poor William died at only 29 years of age. He died on the 1st of September 1902 at the Station Hotel in Ebchester. And according to his death certificate, which I have here, his death certificate, he died of tubercular disease of kidney 6 years, and angloid disease, liver, kidney and bowel 1 year. So if he died in 1902, that means that he began being poorly in about 1896. In 1896 is the year that his father died. So his father died in 1896 on the 9th of October, and this is his funeral card. This is William Charlton Sr.'s funeral card. So it says, "In loving memory of William, the beloved husband of Margaret Charlton, who died at Station Hotel, Ebchester on October 9th, 1896, aged 68 years, to be interred at Ebchester on Monday at 1 o'clock. There's no rhyme or any sentiment in there, it's just the plain facts. So poor William has died. I know that prior to his illness, his mother Margaret sent him to Whitby at least once, and while he was there he wrote an incredibly sad little letter. It's written in pencil. Actually, do you know, I've just had a brainwave. Right, for yonks, I've had a moment of clarity. This is the bill for William Hedley Charlton's monument. Okay, it's August the 12th, 1903, and it says, to finding marble cross and fixing same in Hampstead graveyard as per estimate, £24. 10 half dozen lead letters at 4/ £2 2 shillings. Double grave spaces of stone border at 4/ £5 10 shillings. Grave fees 13 shillings. Total £32 and 5 shillings, sorry. Received August 13th, 1903, and it's stamped there. But what has always puzzled me is there is this amazing hand-drawn picture on quite a scrappy piece of paper, really. I love family history forums and chat rooms and all this sort of thing. And I've shared this on a forum and asked those that know way more than me what sort of time period they thought this clothing was from. And they all thought, well, the people that responded thought that it was about 1830s wear, women's wear. And I thought that's really odd. Why is 1830s women's wear being drawn on a monument? But right, look, this is pinned with a rusty old pin here. That's got the same mark. I wonder if that's been together at one point, or it could just be that that had something else pinned to it which was also gone rusty and disappeared. But maybe this picture was done at the same time as this letter. I don't know why. I mean, it still doesn't make any sense why you'd put a portrait of a lady on a monument bill. I've never seen the gravestone. It's not on findagrave.com or whatever. I wish it was. I've written to the church to ask if they know of its existence, but they said they don't have any records as to who's buried there. At least they don't keep them, which is a shame. And I can't really go up and have a look. I have looked at a lot of graveyards in my past 20 years of doing this, but I've never got as far as Hampsterley. Anyway, so this letter, written by William Hedley Charlton whilst he is convalescing in Whitby. Now, I've transcribed as much of it as I can. There's some bits that I can't decipher. Dear Mother, I received your most welcome letter. I'm still in bed, my back is sore. This place is what I call a butter and bread shop. You get things very sparingly here. I had my best dinner today, roast lamb. I'm bad with the loose bowels. I have twice made a bit of a mess. She's something like that. My meat is all cold when I get it. I have found fault, but no change. I should have a different set away for 3. Quit you what I am getting. So you can talk to Mrs. Jackson about it at 6 o'clock in the morning. I get butter and bread and a tea warm up. A small piece of bacon, and he's drawn, look, bless, he's drawn the bacon. A small piece of bacon and butter and bread at 9 o'clock dinner time. 2 potatoes, sad and back boiled meat. Tea, butter at 4. Supper, bovril and a little cold fish. I think the bill, if fair, is not a very apt one. So, Mother, if you think I should stop another week, I will. And if not, send Mary Ann on Monday and she will have to bring a cab with her. She will get one at Tynemouth. So, dear Mother, I will do what you say. I think I have no more to say, Mother. With my best love and my best love to you and Lizzie. Matron sent best respects. I am your ever lovely son, Willie. There's no date on the letter, but the fact that he describes his loose bowels makes me suspect that it's in the final year of his life, because we know that he suffers from issues with his bowels in the last year of his life. He was dying at the time that he wrote this letter. So it's incredibly sad. His funeral card in affectionate remembrance of W.H. Charlton, only beloved son of Margaret and the late William Charlton, who departed this life September 1st, 1902, aged 29 years. Oh, for a touch of the vanished hand, and the sound of a voice that is stilled. A place is vacant at our hearth, which never can be filled. So it's very different to his father's card, and his mother would have had equal responsibility for preparing it. His father's card is just the facts. He's getting buried, this is the time. But the son's card has this beautiful poem in it. His mother, Margaret Hedley, dies in 1907, so that's just 5 years later. This is her funeral card. I suspect that Esther would have been responsible for arranging her funeral. In loving memory of Margaret, widow of the late William Charlton of Station Hotel, Ebchester, who died September 30th, 1907, aged 74 years. Interment at Christ Church, Hampstead, October 4th at 4 p.m. And there's a poem in this one as well. So it says, "Her toils are o'er, her work is done, and she is fully blessed. She fought the fight, the victory won, and entered into rest." So that's a very short life of William Hedley Charlton. He never married. When he died, and then his mother died, their fortunes all passed on to Esther, and she was responsible for the Station Hotel in Ebchester. And she also had several properties as well. She was quite wealthy in her own right through this. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed learning about my ancestor, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.